go grab my bike.
Hmm? All right, guys.
Hey guys.
What did it say? How do I turn my chat on? Live chat. Let's make sure that is open because we want to talk. We want to chop it up. Yes, we do. Yes. Jace, can you go in there with Kennedy for a little while mommy does a quick little... Okay, well, that's fine. Just kind of keep your noise to a minimum. That's cool. Good evening, everybody. I'm sitting on the patio enjoying this amazing weather in Georgia. Get excited, get excited.
This is not Georgia.
This is Georgia. Hey, fam. Thank you for joining me. Thank you. Your energy is a freaking amazing. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for inspiring me to get on here and basically touch more lives and do what I do, you know. So I'm grateful for that. Today we want to talk about investing through COVID. One of the subscribers suggested that we do this, and I thought that was an amazing suggestion. So we're going to talk about it because when I tell you absolutely nothing has stopped on my end, but it's solely because of the way that I invest and the things that the properties that I acquire are unfortunately through a time that, like, you know, people are... It's not even let's not even say through a time, someone's downfall. You know, there's somebody that's always gaining on the other end of that thing. And I have been on the other side too. I've been that person facing foreclosure and, you know, clueless as to when this is gonna end, you know, what else can happen. I've been that person, trust me. So, you know, to come out on the other side and be able to tell you that I'm completely pretty much in a situation where every single thing that I have, every payment that we have is covered by an asset. And so that's what I want to talk about today. And every home that I have, with the exception of one, and that's my primary residence, and it's a very small mortgage on this particular property versus, you know, what the value is. Everything I own outright, every investment, that property that I purchased, you know, there is no mortgage on it. And then when there are other people involved, you know, there's private money, but there's no traditional mortgages, and everything that I have that generates passive income has no mortgage on it at all. And you know, some people will argue that that's not good. And you know, but again, going through a foreclosure, going through a time in my life where, you know, I was facing losing things, I said nobody would ever take anything else from me, you know. And so me trying to get my mind wrapped back around leveraging these properties with debt has been a task, you know, when I know that it also doesn't make sense that I have all these properties out here and they're not working for me, right? You got one that's worth 200,000, you got one that's worth 150, one that's worth 400,000. And so, you know, you have all these little banks out here that could be working and generating more income, and they're not. So you know, that's something that I'm working through personally. Let me see. I think I see some chats in here. Let me look at my girl. Telsha, I love you. I love you. You have motivated me dearly. Let me see. I have a chat here, and I really can't see it, but I thought that was an excellent suggestion, though, to talk about investing during COVID. And there's a lot of people that are losing properties during this time. There's a lot of people that's being evicted. And let me flip it on the other side. There's a lot of people that are thriving, right? Doing very well in a downtime. Hold on, Jace, 1 second. You know, entrepreneurs, a lot of them, like, this is the time that they absolutely thrive when there's a down economy, when there's something like this catastrophic going on. And so, you know, if that's you too, if you're in a position where, you know, you have the time to put into something else that you want to, you know, you've inspired to do, get it done. This is the time, y'all. But back to COVID and investing during COVID. Unfortunately, when it's a downfall, right? When there's a downtime and other people are losing, somebody's gonna win. So if you can put your feelings to the side and know that somebody is going to win during this time, why not me? Okay. And again, mentally, I had to get there because I loan people money as well in these positions like that are about to lose money. And then sometimes I'm in a position where I have to take these people's houses. And so when I'm in that position, I have to literally give myself a pep talk. And my husband is like, look, Courtney, you have to toughen up if you're going to do this kind of work, period. Somebody is going to get this property. You have to realize, like, they're going to lose regardless a little bit for a few people to come in the room or whatnot. But and if y'all have specific questions for me in reference to investing during COVID, please put them in the chat. I'll be more than happy to address them. More than happy. But I'm super, listen, I've been booming through this pandemic. I mean, from the month of November until up to now, we have secured 5 houses during this time, during the pandemic. Unfortunately, again, people are losing and somebody has to win. And so what we want to talk about tonight is just positioning yourself to win and thrive through this situation. And as many of you might know, I pick up a lot of the properties that I do through a foreclosure tax sale list or through a foreclosure list. And so right now, there are so many leads. I mean, we got houses in one day last week, and I mean it was almost effortless. Going to pick up another one in Athens, Georgia, on Monday, effortlessly. This is the time to put your boots on and go to work. No lie, y'all. It's time to work. Let me see if I got some chats here and what people might be saying. So that's exactly what we're going to do, y'all. We are going to be investing through COVID all day long. Let's talk about some things specifically, right? So, tax sale foreclosures. That is my baby. Okay? Whether it's COVID's going on or anything, the fact remains that tax sales will be a consistent thing. Some counties do it every month, and some, maybe do it at least 10 times, 9 times a year. But this is something, y'all, that is not going to stop. Period. So during COVID, and when it's not COVID, the tax sale list is where you need to be. I'm not kidding, y'all. It's where you need to be. Just think about a cycle. People die all the time, and believe it or not, people do not have their shit together. They just don't. So many people die intestate without a will, and these properties go to a tax sale. Everything has to wash itself out, right? You can't have these abandoned buildings just here for, forever, period. So they go to a tax sale. Somebody like myself or another investor picks these properties up, and I mean, they're getting it for pennies on the dollar. The last tax sale I went to, the first 6 properties, nothing got bid over $2,000. And I tell people, if it's land that you're looking for, the tax sale is your best resource. I will never pay top dollar. I will never pay market value for anything. The house that I'm in, Jace, the house that I'm in, I haven't paid top dollar for, and the property, when I purchased it, it in its condition, and I got 2 lots. Appraised for one partial 680, and the other one, I want to say it was like 30,000. Pretty much a vacant piece of land. But what I want to share with you guys is just to think outside the box and not think that you have to do everything the traditional way. Because when I tell you, normal, regular, all that is broke, right? I don't want to be normal. Normal is broke. Regular is broke. I don't want to do the way that society has brainwashed, hypnotized us to believe that things need to do. And you got to realize, like, the game wasn't constructed for the players to win, period. You know, you go out here and you get these student loans and you go into debt for school and you go into debt, you know, credit card debt and all these different things. It wasn't designed for us to win. It wasn't designed for us to win. And these people, you know, you get in corporate America and you're working and you're working and you're striving to impress somebody else so that they may promote you to the next level. You know, and I want to take your power back. And that's what real estate does. It allows you to take that power back. Jace, can you pull this over? It allows you to take that power back, y'all, and not leave your destiny in somebody's hand, you know, hoping that they promote you to the next level, you know. And so just think about this. You work all your life to climb this ladder. And from what I've noticed and what I've seen, that people work in their entire life to climb the corporate ladder. They climb it, they get to the top, and then they realize that it was leaning against the wrong building. Y'all feel me? Leaning against the wrong building. You done climbed this ladder, worked hard to kiss somebody butt and help them, you know, help them recognize who you are, how hard working you are, what you're worth. And you get to the top of that ladder and you realize it is leaning against the wrong daggone building. And you're still searching and still searching for more. Still searching for that American dream that you were promised. I'm telling you, y'all, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And whoever just joined just a minute ago, what we're talking about, just imagine this. Climbing the corporate ladder. Climbing that corporate ladder and realizing that bad boy was leaning against the wrong building, and you still trying to figure it out. And you went to school 2, 3, 4 times, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times to get a doctorate, to get a master's, to get a bachelor's, and that ladder against the wrong building. And you just kept digging a deeper hole to climb out of because of what society has told you it took to become successful. Society told you that you needed to go to school, you needed to work hard, you needed to go work for these people, and you know, try to get some type of advancement and promotion, you know. And what they need to be teaching is some true life skills and how to, like, entrepreneurship. Everything that they're teaching us in school is to be a worker, is to be a good employee. And what I'm trying to teach you guys and share with you all through real estate is take back that power. Buy your life back. Buy your life back. I don't care whatever it is. I'm never going to allow something to put me back in that bondage. If there's something that I want, guess what I do? Obtain? What asset do I need to obtain? What return on that investment is going to give me enough to cover this new Tesla that I want? Because I'm not one to pay for it. I'm not trying to keep working. I don't want to keep trading my time. And don't get me wrong, you know, most of us will never stop, and you shouldn't ever stop doing anything. Retirement doesn't mean that you're sitting at home on your butt doing absolutely nothing. It just means that you have the freedom to wake up every day and just choose what it is that you want to do, right? I can wake up, and if I change my mind, and unfortunately that's the person that I am, right? When I want to do something, I want to do something. When I don't, I don't. You know, I'm mature enough now that I can let you know, like, no, that's not going to work for me. But that is true freedom. And I want to say that's what everybody strives for. If you like working a 9 to 5, you know, do that. That's fine. But also have something of your own on the side that you're working for, or towards a savings goal, a passive income goal. Again, I call it like a go to hell fund, you know. So you're working your 9 to 5, you love it, you don't ever stop. But if you ever have to tell these people to go to hell, you're good. You have nothing holding you back. You know, you're taking care of you too. And so, you know, when you're going to work every day, you're building somebody else's dream. You're building their dream, right? Again, corporate America, it wasn't built for the players, period. It wasn't designed for us to win. And so that's why they don't teach entrepreneurship in school. They teach you how to be an employee, period. So, you know, I want to videos on just taking back your freedom and learning some of these it's not necessary. You don't necessarily need it. And I guarantee you, especially if I got realtors or anybody that's in the real estate industry in some capacity on this live with me right now, I like to say that you are surrounded by absolutely everything, everybody, every resource that you need. You are. When I didn't have the money, I was working with buyers and sellers that had credit, had money. You know, I had just filed a bankruptcy. I didn't particularly have the money, credit, any of that, but I was working with people and I had something that they wanted, and that was property, right? I was rich in ambition when I was broke in everything else, right? I was hungry. I was hungry for it. And so that's all it takes, y'all. That is absolutely all it takes. And let me see if I see some. I'm sorry if I'm just chatting and not, I'm missing some of the stuff that y'all are saying. I need to do a class. How do you acquire properties unconventional way? Do you offer coaching? I don't offer it, but in the beginning of the year, I'm gonna start offering coaching. I did it a little bit, and I want to be able to fully dedicate myself to it because I have so much fun doing what I do now. I don't ever want to just talk and just teach, right? But I know that that's what it will require because I don't want to half-ass y'all either, right? And so at the beginning of the year, I plan to offer some coaching. So I'm super excited about that. I'm not saying at the beginning of the year. I will begin finalizing what I want to offer. But if I have some real estate investors or real estate professionals, agents on right now too, I want to just plug this right here. Again, when I didn't have any of the resources, I still knew how important passive income was, right? And you know what I did? And I won't even say that it was out of intention. I wasn't intentional. I knew that I needed some type of passive income, and I don't think that I was even strategic about this. But I found a person, an older guy that was retired who wanted to invest in real estate. And as I got him these particular properties, I positioned myself as a property manager so that I could, with no money involved, they were be done. I collected the rent. I gave him his portion. I kept my portion. But what I did is created a reoccurring income for myself that at that time, after I want to say about 12 months, covered every single bill that I freaking had. Every bill from the car note, the house note, the my utilities, things like that. And if it didn't, I want to say it was like just shy of a couple dollars, but it literally. And so, this is what I want you guys to do is just think outside the box. Yeah, I'm broke. Yeah, I don't have the money. Or yeah, I can't invest at this time. But guess what? Every single one of manage these people's properties for them, collect their rent. If they're making 10% off the rent, you're making 15% off the rent. Income, and especially if you've been in the real estate game for a couple years, that is absolutely no reason for you to be on the side of that closing table picking up just a couple $1,000 check every closing and not building a passive income stream for yourself, period. Because that's the name of the game. And as much as I love flipping, it finally dawned on me a few years back that unless I build a passive income for myself, I'm gonna always have to go out here and continue, however often, right? If I made 30,000, however long that 30,000 stretched out, after that it's time to go back to work, right? Unless I create a passive income for myself, the rat race never stopped. It will never stop. And so I just want to get you guys encouraged to get out here and create that passive income stream for yourself so that you can wake up every day and have a choice about what you want to do throughout the day.
Mommy?
And I am on a what, baby?
I saw a bug that went over there. I think it was a roach.
It's a bigger water bug. Huge. But the name of the game, y'all. So that's one plug. If you don't have the income, if you're not licensed, if you're out here searching for a means to go ahead and start a passive income stream, hey, look at property management as an option. Why not make 10% off of everything that you collect for somebody? It was just a beautiful situation for myself. Even when I purchased this house that I'm telling you about, I wouldn't do that without, number one, I said the first plan was I'm going to build this house and I'm going to build it debt free. And I'm going to use the property that I get, the income that I make off of it, to do that, right? I did. I want to say we made about 224 or something like that off a property that we sold that we picked up for $6,000. Made about 224 off of it, and put it towards this one, but we were still shy. So we have a small mortgage on this house right here. But it was like, okay, what can I acquire? I need to pick up one more property so that this note right here is completely covered, and I'm not worried about that. See, that's what I'm talking about. Retiring yourself, period. Retiring yourself. You don't have to. Retirement, number one, it's not an age. So know that. Retirement is not an age. It is a stream of income. It is an amount of money that'll sustain throughout your life. People, when I turn 60, when I turn 65, I'm gonna retire. If you don't have the financial ability to retire, you're not retiring. You're gonna be at Walmart. You'll be somewhere else trying to, compensate for your shortage or whatever. But you can use real estate to retire yourself. I don't. Whew, it's so much, y'all. It's so much to share that I get so excited and I want to just ramble on and just give it all to you with picking these properties up from these tax sales, y'all. And there was something that I learned too. Let me back up. I can drop a dime right now, and I've had people that were in real estate for years. I was one of them, over a decade in this real estate game, and I had never even heard of excess funds. Right? I mean, how you're half a decade in the whole decade. I'm sorry, decade and a half in the game, and you never heard of excess funds. And again, that's why you need to diversify your circle, so you don't know what you don't know. And so, a lot of times people don't know that after these houses foreclose, that money that overbid money is there for the person who lost the property at the time of the sale. The defendant in 5A, the person that lost the property at the tax sale, can go back and claim that money. So I only owed $5,000 at the tax sale. At the time of the sale, there was $5,000 due. That bid, investors like myself came on the courthouse sale. They bidded the property up for $30,000. So that means there's $25,000 left in an escrow account held by the tax commissioner. There are people that solely, okay, number one, they don't have a lot of money. Had I known this, had I known this a long time ago, I wouldn't have been in my situation. But when I learned it, I was unstoppable, broke, and on my way up. You hear me? So people that have this situation, they've lost their property at a tax sale. There's $25,000 in excess funds that are available to them because their property got bid up $25,000 over what the county was owed. There's people that sit on the phone all day and just call these people and say, hey, you have some money that you're entitled to. I'll assist you in recovering those funds, and all I want is 30% of whatever I recover. It's not going to cost you anything up front. I don't get paid unless you get paid. And if I told y'all how simple it was to assist them with these funds, y'all would think I'm lying. I mean, in most cases, it's a one page. And when I say one page, I say maybe 4 lines. It's one page because there's some stuff to read, right? And they make it in huge font. It may be 4 lines that you need to fill in to claim these funds. And there are people, and this is tax-free money. So if somebody assign me their funds for helping them, or if that money that I get back is considered a refund, you don't even pay taxes on that money, guys. I don't even think y'all hear me. It's some Donald Trump, Mitt Romney Like, you don't even have to pay taxes on that money because it's considered a refund. I've made a couple $100,000 in excess funds and haven't had to pay taxes on it because it's considered a refund. Man. Whew. If y'all only knew the right of redemption. Yep. So what about the right of redemption? So you know a little something about tax sales, Jonathan. For sure. The right of redemption is what happens after a person loses their property at a tax sale. They have a right to redeem that property, a right of redemption, meaning they can go back and purchase that property back after, within 12 months, or it can go further than 12 months. It can be 5 years down the line if the tax deed buyer never files what is called a foreclosure to that right of redemption. I've picked up some that were 3 years past the the tax sale date, right? But you have to pay 20%, and then you have to pay 10% each additional year that they didn't foreclose that person's right out. Let's see, is that what you're talking about? No, that's not necessarily what I'm talking about right now, Jonathan. I'm talking about like once a property is sold at a tax sale, the money that's the overbid amount is what I'm talking about. My taxes might have got auctioned off for $5,000, and then the bid went up to 25,000, went up to 30,000, and so there's 25,000 in overbid because the bid that came, the winning bid was 30,000. So the tax commissioners takes their $5,000, and then there's 25,000 left over in what's considered excess funds. And if you never heard of it, I encourage you, when you get off this live, do a Google search. And if whatever county you live in, do a Google search. And all this stuff is public information. But if you don't know what you don't know what to look for. And so experience has been my teacher through this. I didn't have a me, dropping these nuggets. I had somebody tell me about excess funds. Had I heard of it, never heard of it, cool. So I did what I'm telling you to do. I went online and I Googled it. And I Googled it, I don't know if it's a thing, like in my hometown, just because that's where I'm from. And I felt like, oh, cool. Let me look at maybe where I have the best rapport. So I Googled it in my hometown. I seen the person's name that was associated with the $54,000 excess funds, and looked him up on Facebook, and we had mutual friends, and that was dope. I was like, ooh, we got mutual friends. I'm getting ready to weigh in on that. You got to feel the way. Listen, The Art of Persuasion. If you don't have that book, get the book. You have to build some instant rapport. We went to school with a person that we had as mutual friends. The very next day, I met this man at Starbucks. I had no freaking clue, what I was doing other than the research that I had done online. I had no clue. Met him at Starbucks, signed an agreement, and made that thing happen. And some of you guys might have seen the video that I did that I got a quick claim and I paid $0 for it. And that's the person that I'm talking about. I helped them with their excess funds claim in exchange for them quick claiming a house to me that they weren't going to redeem anyway, right? And so I got a great portion of that money, and a whole house. So what I'm trying to tell y'all is, again, hold on, a freaking gold mine. It's whew, y'all, it's crazy. It is crazy. And sometimes I'm in awe with with the stuff that I know myself, y'all. And if you implement this, just a smidget of it, guys, it can be life changing. If you don't have $5, if you don't have $10 to your name, if you don't have 100, go to excess funds list. Contact these people. Help them claim this money. Google excess funds. Do it right now. Click on the application, what it takes to claim the funds. Look how simple it is, and assist somebody in doing that and make some money, some tax-free money. Anyway, I know I said this video was going to be about, again, that still kind of complies with investing through COVID because you can do this without putting any money up front, not paying a dime out of pocket. And it usually takes anywhere from, it depends on the county. Clayton County is pretty fast. Clayton County is usually, um, sometimes maybe 4 to 6 weeks. Fulton County, DeKalb County takes forever, but this is free money, tax-free money. Do y'all hear me? That you don't have to pay a dime for, and you can get started today. There's absolutely no excuse. None. None. Let me see. All right, guys. Well, if nobody has any questions, I'm going to hop off. But I'm just, in my attempt to be consistent and show up in this space and, drop some nuggets every now and then, I am here for it. And I hope you guys enjoy, the content. And do you trust the client to cut you a check? Oh, absolutely not. Not saying that I don't trust them, because I built a pretty decent rapport with these clients. So, yeah, I mean, I would, but in the for the sake of just keeping it clean and not having any situations, most of the time when I do the claim for them, the claim is they've assigned their rights to me to do the claim. I do the claim, and then I cut them their portion of the check, right? And so that's usually how that goes. Would I trust them? I probably would. I build a decent rapport with them, but for the sake of just making sure the deal is clean, I trust myself, and so that's how we do that. Latoya, thank you so much. You provided the wealth of information tonight. Good, good. I'm glad. I hope you like it. And similar to wholesaling. It's similar to wholesaling in a way, meaning that you're not putting anything in the game. You're not paying anything up front, but you're not doing any assignment to anybody else. It's just simply saying, hey, like when I tell you it is not complicated. And I think that's the thing about real estate that kind of throws a lot of people off, because it's such a huge asset and people think, oh, real estate, but it's probably one of the most simplistic businesses that you can get into, because all it boils down to is, do the numbers make sense? And then in this pertaining to the excess funds, me helping somebody or assisting them in claiming their funds. Hi, this is Courtney with Tax Sale Solutions. Or, hi, this is Courtney. I have an asset recovery company. I see that you're entitled to some funds that I found. I don't charge a dime, not a dime, to assist you in claiming these funds. If I get you the money, all I ask is that you give me whatever percentage that you see fit, and then you get the rest. Nothing up front, out of pocket. And literally, you, in some counties now, you have to have a title search, so you may have to pay that out of pocket. Sometimes, some counties, this is something new. So you may have to provide the application, a 1-page simple application where you filled out maybe 4 little lines, and a title search with it, which proves the ownership, right? And that's it. You submit it, and then you become the squeaky wheel, right? That gets the oil that's following up to see when that is going to be paid out. That's it. It's simple as that, guys. And I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. Let me see if I have. Hey, Tina. What's up, friend? Nice to see you here. Get excited. I hope I answered your question. So, it's not wholesaling. There's no assignment. You're not looking for cash buyers to pop it off on. You are the only person that needs to do whatever it is that needs to be done, and that's get that application to the county. This is off topic. Let me see. This is off topic, but how do you get an LLC? Oh, you just go to, if you're in Georgia, you just go to the Georgia Secretary of State. You can click on the corporate division, and there is a application. And that's another thing to me that you should not, and again, don't get me wrong, and maybe because I'm just a DIYer, That is something that I would never paid anything for, because filing for a corporation, and I charge people, I've done it for quite a few people, and I may charge $100 on top of the $125 filing fee or whatever to do it. But that is something that literally takes maybe 4 minutes, guys, depending on how fast you type, put it in. It is so fast. Go to Georgia Secretary of State, go to the corporate division, and click on file for a corporation. If you have a name in mind that you want to use, and you'll have a backup name if that one isn't available, so you may have to choose 3 choices. If the business name, that you do a tax ID number to assist, so that you can go ahead and open up a bank account. That is irs.gov. And you may want to click on your apply for an EIN number. You get it instantly. And you can print it out. So the whole process, getting your EIN number and your and applying for that your corporation or your LLC, literally can take all of about maybe 10-15 minutes, right? You won't get the corporation instantly because it has to go through a review. So within a week you'd have that, but the EI number you're going to get instantly. And I hope that helps. But what state are you in? You can Google whatever, just Google whatever state you're in. For me, I would Google Georgia Secretary of State, right? And to make sure you're not dealing with a third party vendor that charges you anything. There you go, Jonathan. So just Google Georgia Secretary of State. And when you get to that corporate division, you want to click on apply for LLC or corporation. And I mean, you're going to be and I encourage you, do it yourself, because it's another skill for yourself. And then that's something that you can also charge somebody for, once you kind of get comfortable with it. And again, it's nothing you want to become. It's just another skill that you have under your belt. The more value you become for somebody else, because you know how to do that, right? Sorry guys. Let me see. Well, I have enjoyed y'all tonight. Let me see if I'm missing anything before I ride out. So if you sold a tax sale and they quit claimed it to you, then you redeem. There you go. Yep. If it sold at a tax sale and they quit claim it to you, you then redeem. That's absolutely right. And the cool thing about it is you don't have to redeem it instantly, depending on when you got it. If it sold at a tax sale on month number 1, remember, I got 12 months that I can ride this out without redeeming. So I can go in and fix it up. I can be renting it out during that time. I can go in, I can fix it up and then put it on the market to sell it, and let the sale, right? Let the attorneys coordinate with the tax deed buyer and let the sale cover the redemption. So I'm still not coming out of my pocket. I'm giving y'all some gems. I'm not even going to keep this video up, because this is some of the stuff that I'm going to go into detail about and train and, charge for this valuable information. Yeah. So, these are tricks of the trade. Like, you just cannot believe you can get into a property. I just gave this owner $1,000 for their particular rights for the property. And we have 6 months before it has to be redeemed. So you go in, you might spend some money fixing up. I've had some that you only went in and done paint, carpet. I painted it myself. And then you put it on the market and you sell it. I got it on the market for, let's use some small numbers just for illustration purposes. For $100,000, it takes $50,000 to redeem. I only have $1,000 in this deal, and I'm about to make $50,000. Where y'all making that kind of return at? It just ain't happening. So it's not. Ain't nobody putting y'all on like I'm putting you on. I'm trying to tell you. But guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna hop off of this. Do you do any subject to deals? I have, yeah. I just recently did one in Conyers where, and it was a wild deal too. The lady was an older lady. I don't know what kind of deal she had with this mortgage company, but I only pay like $200 a month for this mortgage, some kind of modification that she had. It took me $3,500 to get her out of foreclosure. Only $3,500 because she only paid $200 a month for a mortgage. So it took me $3,500 to get out of foreclosure, and then I pay her mortgage, which is her mortgage still out on the house because she quit claiming the deed. $200 a month. So yeah, I do substitute. I do any deal that makes sense. If the numbers make sense, hey, I want it. So hope that answers your question. If it makes sense, I mean, I'm not opposed. I do whatever as long as it makes sense. And you have something subject to, and it might have a tax sale on it. But if the numbers make sense, who cares? You know? And that's the exact same situation. I mean, this owed $18,000 on this house. I'm not paying the $18,000 off. Why? The mortgage is only $200. So, when we get finished fixing this up and rent it out and make $12, I'll gladly give the mortgage there too, and pocket the $1,000. There's no need. Rather than pay that off, I'll just put the $18,000 into fixing the house up. So let's see. I'm just making sure I haven't missed any of the questions. You are welcome, Tina. That's my girl. Do you trust the client? I answered that. Do a class on how to acquire the properties. Yeah, I am. I'm telling you, like when I get ready to do that stuff, it's gonna be lit. What do y'all think I should charge for the course? Help me out with that. What should I charge for the course? I mean, I got in my head what I think I want to charge, and I know that it's worth it. And I know that what I can teach you, these people, the people on Instagram that y'all think doing their thing, I got access to all that. They're not in the real estate business. They're in the marketing business. They're in the sell a program, some virtual information business. Yeah, they're not in the real estate business, but it sounds good. It looks good. So what do y'all think I should charge for the course? What do y'all think? I was thinking like $9.99. Is that too much? Let me know, please. Got a few people on here. Y'all tell me yay, nay, and be completely honest. What do you think it is? And maybe it can be broken up into 2 parts. But 100, you think 100 is good? I think 100 is way too low for the stuff that I can give. Way too low. I think my live right now. I think my live right now is worth 100, Jonathan. Straight up. Dang, Latasha said $9.99. Yep. I mean, I think honestly. Okay, $5.99. Okay, that's kind of where I even toyed around with like doing a special at like $500 to $6.99 or something like that as well. But because I'm telling you, I literally, and y'all don't take it as cocky as whatever, but I am pretty sure that I damn near invented this out of trying to figure it out. And again, I've told this story on another live. The first one that I redeemed in Clayton County, the judge gave me back the wrong paperwork because he said nobody in that county, he had never had to give a redemption deed back during the time that he was over that, the county attorney. And he was also a judge at the time. So, that was just confirmation like, girl, you onto something. And then when they call you back and was like, hey, wanting to invest with you? Come on, like what? Brother, I know I'm on to something. And now I have competition. When I first started, I had zero competition. But of course, I was so excited about it like I am now. And I'm telling people. And of course, you get a little saturated and you get a little competition. And it's competition for me because you got to realize I'm scanning through the entire list. And I'm, the tax sale foreclosures. And I'm looking for the things without mortgages. Because, I'm looking for the things without mortgages because I like to have all these properties out here that I done paid for. I own them cash, straight, no mortgages, no liens. I love that. So that's a small niche, So imagine me turning you guys and telling you this information. It had to come at a time that it didn't matter that I'm creating that competition, right? Because I've already built up a passive income for myself that, I can sustain. So it's like the Jay Morrison course. And that's not like the Jay Morrison course. I'm sorry. I'm cool with Jay Morrison, and he didn't even know this information. You know, when I met him, he had no clue about excess funds. We've had a couple conference calls, you know, where he recorded our conversations, probably to, you know, maybe whatever he wanted to offer. You know, we talked about collaborating, but again, I'm just not ready for that though. So it's totally different from the Jay Morrison course. You know, the information. I'm not gonna say the course would be different. Wouldn't be the same, but the information is definitely different. He's not talking about excess funds or any of this. Boom, boom, boom. And I love Jay. Healing to you, my brother. I hope all works out for you. I know it will. You are covered. All right, y'all. This was helpful. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody's input. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Latasha. Thank you, Wealth Journey. My cousin, I appreciate you. Thank you, Latoya, Tasha, Tina, Jonathan. You guys have a wonderful night. I am going to I guess should I save this or take it down? I was kind of nervous when it started out, so I didn't really like the flow of it for sure. I should have drank more wine. Yeah, so I really didn't like the flow of it, so I'll probably erase this and not save it. But this was some good information. Get up for at least a few days. Okay. Yeah. Y'all, it's so beautiful, man. Where y'all at? Y'all in Georgia? Like, this weather is amazing. We went out to Piedmont Park and just did the Beltline, enjoyed the walk with the kids. Now I'm out here with the on the patio with the fire burning, y'all. With my little crusty toes kicked up. I hope y'all are enjoying this weather, man. It's beautiful out here. It really is. And I thank y'all for tuning in with me tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I hope I answered whatever questions that you guys may have had. And let's get it. Let's go. I hope y'all implement one thing, something that y'all heard from me tonight. If it's nothing but Google some shit that I just told you about. Google, trust and verify. Trust and verify everything I say. I encourage y'all to do that with every person that you listen to online. Because like I said, y'all favorite real estate gurus, they're not real estate gurus. They just sell marketing material. They not out here in the field, you know. And to me, I feel like if you haven't done something, you don't know. You talking about what you heard, right? That's it. You know, you don't know until you do. That's just how I feel. But anyway, good night, my loves. Thank y'all for tuning in, and I will talk to you soon.